So which spot is hot, exactly?
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Ocular Max Ignis. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here we have Ignis in both of his modes. He is leader. Ignis. On this side we have Ignis. On this side we have Ignis. Up top we have more Ignis. On the bottom we have the basically the ones that we have so far. These other two are not released yet. That's why they're still blacked out. Maximus Pro Defense Titan. On the back of the box we have our obligatory product shots. He's all like Transform! And we have our lovely G1 inspired tech spec card. And we do have the tech spec decoder. So we can put it on there. And we can see his stats, and that is basically it for the packaging. I killed everything when I did that, so we also get the collector's card with Ignis, and on the back we have a little bio there on Ignis that you can read on your own time, and we have tech specs again if that interests you. Hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have Ignis, and this is the next component of Ocular Max's Maximus Pro, their Defensor, and this is their take on Hotspot, the leader of the group. And here he is in his alt mode. He is packed in alt mode, yay! But yeah, a nice fire engine here. And one thing I have to say about this alt mode is this is a dense alt mode. Like, this is just packed to the gills with robot stuff. It's just, there's no real free real estate except for maybe this little bit right here. But everything is just packed. This is just a solid brick of an alt mode here, pretty much. But yeah, nice and dense and hefty. But let's get in close here so we can take a look. Lots of little details. You can see right up front here, we got that front grille, front bumper done in a nice silver with the yellows and red and some orange. The windshield and windows are just painted in black. The side view mirrors are rubber, so they can move around, so you don't have to worry about breaking those. And yeah, these need to be rubber, because as thin as these things are, if you got that caught on something, it would snap instantly. So yeah, you want these things to be able to flex around. You got the little lights right up top, done in transparent red. Got this little symbol right there, his little fire symbol there on the side. Some nice detailing going down the side. Get the rims there done in a nice gunmetal gray. And some nice detailing going down the side here. Got the big old ladder right up top. Really nice looking. Then you got the back, the little tail lights there, picked out in orange, and there is the top, there is the bottom. Again, everything is just densely packed in here. You do have rubber tires, or if they're not rubber, a rubber-like material, but tires are a separate piece, and he does roll as rolling things should. Rolls very smoothly as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with MP44 Optimus Prime, so you can see how that works out. I don't own G1 Protect-A-Bot, so sorry, no precious comparison this time around. And here he is with his other Protect-A-Bot buddies. You can see how the team is shaping up so far. They do look quite nice together, so there you go. Now, as far as accessories go, we do get a pair of big old blasters here. They're both the same, just cast all in black. Yeah, some big old blasters here for Hotspot and Defensor. And we get these little mech arms. That's what the instructions call them. These are for the repair bay mode. Get two of these. Again, just cast all in black. We got some hinges and some rotation edge and all that stuff there. So we get two of those. We also get an alternate little face sculpt there, a grrr face for the combined mode. Also in the box, you get a alternate head entirely for the combined mode. This is a more squared off head. We'll show this off. We'll show this off when we actually do the finale for the combiner. But yeah, we get all that as well. And you can store these accessories on him. There's just a post-port connection right there. There's a tab slot connection that happens right here. And then you have this tab that'll go into this slot right here in the side. And you plug that on, and there you have your storage. Hooray, hooray for storage. Now, as far as articulation goes in this mode, the ladder can move up and down, it can rotate, can do a full 360. You can also extend and retract the ladder if you want to. All things you can do if you want to do it. You also have these little feet here, 2 on either side. You can pull down to keep him stable whilst he is doing all of, the rescuing. So that is basically it for the alt mode, and a very nice looking alt mode there, in my opinion. But let's get down to transformation, shall we? Rubber tires, you can never spin them with rubber tires. Let's get down to transformation. So the first thing we're going to do is the repair bay mode. So to do that, we're going to take this whole front section of the cab here, just split this down the middle. You want to bring these all the way down, and then just rotate them up so the windshields are facing you. And now you want to take the whole ladder assembly and just untab it and bring it up and over. Now, one thing to note, the instructions for the repair bay mode are very brief, like they leave out steps. So I'm not sure if they want you to compress this up or leave it extended. I'm not sure. I think it looks better compressed like that, but that's the case to do what you want. But you want it roundabouts like that. So now you want to take this panel here and untab it. You do want to just kind of move this little piece, just angle it so you can just swing that around. Bring that up and over. Fold this up. You want to collapse it down on this bottom hinge here, just so it's sitting kind of flush. So do that, and second verse just like the first. Just untab. You can get the arm out of the way. Untab, and again, just rotate that so you can swing that around. Collapse that down. Fold that up. You just bring these back down, and we got that done. And now you just want to split this section here, and you're going to rotate this section out as you're rotating this section out. Just rotate out, and then bring all this out. Again, just rotate forward as you are rotating out, and just swing that out like so. Now you can plant them down. And then you want to take this section here and just flatten it out. It's on double hinge here, so just get that to where it'll be sitting flat, and these panels right here will slide out. Just slide that out on either side, like so, and like so. And that'll just lay there like that. And we're at the home stretch here. You just bring in the mech arms, and they'll tab into ports here on either side. So you just plug that in. Kind of angle those how you want. Plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, and do what you want there. As far as the cannons go, they will slide over these sections here. This little notch here. Take that, just slide over. They don't lock in. They're kind of held in place, but not really. They really just kind of lay there. But it's a spot for them to go. And you just lay that one on as well. And there you go. There you have Ignis in his repair bay mode. And I use that term very loosely. I mean, it doesn't look like much of anything, really. It really doesn't look like much of anything, but it's the repair bay mode. So, you can have one of your other protected bots just laying there all like, my tum-tum hurts. And, it could, it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. And yeah, that's the repair bay mode, and it's not much of anything, but hey, it never really was, so hey, it's keeping with tradition. But let's get down to transformation again, shall we? We can't even spin that. My God! So obviously, remove all of the extracurricular stuff first, and we'll just get the legs transformed up. So what you want to do here is you want to bring the leg back, and then bring it down. You want to rotate the bottom part of the leg forward. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take this section and bring it down. There's a little locking tab here. You want to push down on the bottom. That will unlock it so you can straighten the leg out, and then push the top, and that will lock that back into place like so. And then you want to open up this panel, flip this section of it down. Then you want to bring down his toes, and they made this hinge really tight for some reason. But bring that down. There's this little bit right here that you need to get into place. The easiest way to do it is just swing the toe up, bring it down, we'll just kind of bring it with it. And you can close that up and bring up that toe. And there you have a leg all done. Second verse is just like the first. And there you have the legs. Hooray for legs. Now we'll move on up So now we'll work on this ladder section here. So extend this up. It's not a double hinge, so extend that. Collapse the ladder in. You have this section here. You want to flip all the way down. If this is not compressed, make sure it is compressed. You want to take this section here. You want to fold this hinge in because we need to feed it through this opening so it comes out the other end. Just get that out of the way. Then you're going to take this and rotate it. Bring it all the way down. And then this will come up and sit over this. Like that. And then you can just bring that down. We're going to leave this down and keep it out of our way for now. But there you got that section all squared away. So now we'll start working on the armular region. So we'll just bring that down. You want to open this whole section up. You want to take this section and just untab it and just kind of pull it down a little bit because it has to free up from the underside as well. So bring that back. This panel will fold up. Then you want to unfold the arm. We have this bit right here that untabs from the bottom. Then you rotate this up and just tab it into the top. Then you rotate the arm at the bicep. You take the forearm and slide it back. So all of that is now sitting level. Then you just want to open this up, flip out the hand, close that up, rotate it so everything is oriented properly. And then you want to fold this in, close all this up, and before you close this up, you want to flip this little bit up, tab that all together, and there you have an arm all done. Again, second verse, just like the first. So now we're going to take this assembly here and rotate this up. We're just going to bring this down just to get it out of our way. So we can do this. You want to take the combine mode head and rotate it so it's facing the back. Then we're going to open his head up and take Hotspot's head and push it down, close that back up, and then rotate all this back around, bring this section back up, and then rotate all this back into its home. And now we'll get the backpack situated. So you want to make sure that these sections here, that they're folded in at this hinge here, the interior hinge. So make sure that is sitting like that on either side. And you want to bring this up. So what's going to happen is you have these tabs here. They're going to go into this slot right here. So you want to get these in place first. So get those panels tabbed in on either side first. And then bring that up and clip that in. And there you have your backpack all done. And we're at the home stretch here. So you just want to take the chest piece, just rotate it up. You want to push forward his pecs here. There's an opening here on the back. Just push, and they'll pop forward. Pop forward. You just bring this up, and just snap that into place. And the last thing to do is just take his horns and just pull them out. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And there you go. There you have Ignis, aka Hotspot, in his robot mode. And he is a big beefy dude, maybe a little too beefy, but still a big beefy dude here. But still, an overall nice representation of G1 Hotspot, in my opinion, so not too shabby, not too shabby. Now let's get in close so we can take a look, not at that hot crotch, at that hot noggin. Whoop, right up here, there's the hot noggin. But nice head sculpt there. I did nice red for the eyes there, nice blue there in the face. Bro, very nice head sculpt. Got the chest piece going on there, done in red with some black and silver. I got some different shades of blue going on there. Overall, looks pretty good. Got his big beefy shoulders there. Again, I feel he's a little too bulky, but again, you know, we have to make a combined mode work. We have to make the alt mode work, so you know. Something's always going to suffer a little bit, and it's not major by any stretch of the imagination. But still, looks quite good. And everything comes together very cleanly. You can see not a whole lot of junk hanging off of him. Everything compresses and compacts quite nicely, so a nice transformation going on here. Some good engineering going on here. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm going to tell you. So the head is on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of wiggly-waggly. You can look up a little bit, can look down some. Head can do a full 360. Just don't compress his horns there by accident. Arms can do a full 360, can move in and out at this axis as well as that axis right there. He does have bicep rotation. He has a double jointed elbow. So you have nice full range of movement there. You have wrist rotation. You do have some posable fingies here. The thumb is just on a ball joint at the base, and each finger is on a hinge at the base, a hinge there and a hinge there. So you have some nice posable fingies. We do have waist rotation. We got an ab crunch there as well. If you need it, you can move this panel out of the way for the legs. Legs can move forward that far, back that far, outward. You can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation. You get 90 degrees of bend there at the knee, and as far as the feet, well, toes anyway, they can move up, they can move down, and you have ankle tiltage, although it looks very disjointed once you engage that, but hey, it's there. And of course he can wield his weapons. And one thing to note, there are two handles on this blaster. If you flip this down, now the bigger handle is what Deviantart is going to hold on to, and then you just collapse this section up, and this is the handle that Hotspot is going to hold on to. That's the typical tab in the slot of the palm method of holding weapons, but he holds it pretty securely, and he can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff right there. Now as far as these go, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to store these on the robot mode. I mean, granted, you could just leave them plugged onto the guns if you want. I guess you could plug them onto his shoulders if that's a thing you feel needs to be done or wants to be done. I don't know. Do whatever you want. I don't care. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with MP44 Optimus Prime, so you can see how that works out. And you can see there Hotspot is Hotspot's a big boy. Definitely a big boy. And here he is with his other Protecto Bros, so you can see how the team is shaping up, and it's shaping up quite nicely. A nice little set of figures here, in my opinion. So there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode, and yeah, again, a little bulkier than he should be, but that's just a nitpick. Otherwise, a really good looking Hotspot here. But let's get down to transformation yet again, shall we? Let's. So now we're going to go into combine mode. So we'll take his horns, push them in, undo the chest piece, push his pecs back. I leave these bottom panels opened up because I end up kind of filling a little bit of a gap there in the combine mode. I think the instructions want you to leave them, to compress them back in, but I leave them out. Again, do what you want. But get that chest down and get that out of your way. We're going to undo the backpack now, so just untab these panels here from the side of the ladder section and get all this freed up. And again, just bring that down, get that out of the way. So now we're going to take all this, rotate it up, bring this chest piece down, get that out of our way. We're going to rotate the combine mode head, open up the face, take Hotspot's head and tuck it in there, close that back up, and rotate that back around. So now we're going to get the arms situated. So take the hand, rotate it back, open this up, put the hand in, close that up. We're going to open this back up and bring all of this out. Bring this panel down, and now you're going to rotate this section in like that. You're going to take the combiner port and flip this up. Thankfully that ratchet is not too tight, so we can do that by hand. We don't need a tool. Yay! But once we've done that, you want to take this old bicep piece, untab it, and you're just going to swing it around to the other side and tab that in there. Once you've done that, you're going to take this whole lower part of the arm and slide that in, make sure it locks into place, and all that is lined up. Then you're going to take the forearm here and just rotate that in. Once you've done that, you're going to take this, bring it in, and it will just peg in right there, like so. And this panel we're just going to leave out for now. So you got that side all done, and the second verse is just like the first. So you have both arms done. It's like I'm peeking through right there. Look at that. Anyway, but once you have all that done, you now want to take this entire assembly here and extend this up. And now we will get these arms in place. So first thing you want to do, you want to take this little locking point here. You want to angle this like that. Then you want to bring the arm down. It will hook in right there. And then once you have that in place, you take this and you flip it all the way up, and that finishes locking that arm in place. And do the same thing on the other side, just kind of angle that and swing that arm in, get that in place, flip that up, that locks that in. Once you get that done, you flip this up, you bring the chest piece down, there are tabs right here that'll go into these 2 slots right there. Just bring it down, line it up. You can just kind of put your thumb back here so you can support it and make sure that stays all tabbed in. You can open up that chest piece, and we got that done. So now for the back here, just bring this up. You want to take this and bring it down and just kind of angle that in like so. Now the instructions want you to take these little tabs here and flip them up. And there's this tab right here that I have no idea. The instructions make no mention of this tiny little thing here. I don't know what it's for. The instructions say nothing about it. But anyway, they want you to flip up these tabs here, and they're supposed to end up going into these 2 slots right here. I don't bother with these. To me, honestly, they're pointless. You don't need them. I flip these down and get this into place. And just tabs in right up there. And this is why I don't mess with those tabs. Because you have this light. This light goes into this port right here. You get that plugged into place, and that's solid. That's not going anywhere. That's like, I have to use force to actually undo that. So, for me, that's enough. So, that part's done as far as I'm concerned. So now that we have the upper body all done, now we can work on the lower body, and this is the part of the transformation that's honestly kind of annoying for me, but we'll get through it. So, what you're going to do is you're going to bring the leg back, bring the leg forward, and then bring it down at this hinge here. And then rotate this leg forward. And now we have to undo these clips here. I don't like these clips. These clips are annoying. Pop these clips out. Pop these clips out. Ow. That's why they're annoying, because they hurt me. And you have these little clips here as well, which we need to flip out as well. So undo that and undo that. There we go. So once we've undone that, you want to open up this panel and then flip this panel in. We do want to bring this panel up just so we have our clearance here. And now you want to take this entire chunk of stuff here and rotate all of this out. Once you've done that, we can take these little clips here and we can close these back up on either side. There we go. So once that's done, we want to compress the thigh into the leg, and there is like a tab here that will go into this notch right here where my finger is. So make sure that that actually pops into place, like that. Make sure that actually snaps into place, and then you can close these clips back up. There we go. That's the first time that one didn't fight me. It's always one of them that loves to fight me. There we go. Hey, they cooperated. Thank you so much. That's like the first time. Now you're going to take this bit here, bring it down. It'll go over this tab. And finish securing that. You can close that back up. So now we can close this up, and we're going to start working on all this right here. So start unfolding all this. And under here, we have this little panel. You're going to undo that. And what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the foot down, hold this in place, and rotate all this down so all this reveals itself here, like so. And then we can open these side sections up. They will thoop into place, so make sure they thoop. Make sure they thoop. And you're going to take the foot here, and you're going to rotate this around. Get this out of the way, and rotate this around, like so. And this little panel here will just flip under and just sit right there. We do have these little locking points here that you want to flip up. These are super tight, but they do the job. They hold it in place. There we go. Get that in place. Get the other side in place, like that. Now, for these panels, you want to flip them out, and there's a little tab right here. You can see it. Just flip that up. It will go into that notch, and it'll lock that in place. It'll keep that from folding back in. And you do the same on the other side. Just flip that up, flip up that little locking tab, like so. And then, again, just make sure that's out of the way. Then you bring all this back, and they will tab together. Then you just take the toe, just bring that down, and there you have that side all done, and the second verse is just like the first. And there you have both legs all done, so we can move on. Now we move on to some crotch work, which is the most important work, some might say. But take these, bring them up, and we're going to swing these all the way to the back, like so. We have to undo this section here. I always undo it by just bringing this back, and I'll just kind of pop it down for you. There you go. So bring that down, and then you want to take this assembly, bring it all the way down, and then rotate this entire thing around. Just be mindful of stuff. There you go. Then you want to collapse this down and collapse these up at the same time. There's little tabs for them right there. And you got that part done. And then you want to, you have this little panel right in here that you're going to flip out. Right there. And then you have these little panels right here that you're going to flip out on the bottom and on the top. And that just fills all of that out. Once that is done, you want to take this section and it will just plug up in there, and it basically just provides him with a crotch extension there. So now he has his full-on combined mode crotch going on there. And then you just take these panels here, flip them up. That'll finish up the combined mode crotch. You can take these panels now and bring them in to kind of simulate that skirt. And I think we're done. And there you have hot spots. This is not going to be easy to do because he can't stand like this. We'll try. There we go. There we have hot spots in his combined mode. There you go. And that is that's a whole lot of defensor going on there. Now the leg transformation is not the most fun, but it all comes together quite nicely. And yeah, that's a nice defensor body going on there. And we'll take a quick look at that combined mode noggin. Yeah, nice defensor face going on there. Nice metallic blue there for the eyes. Looks good. That big old chest piece done in black with the silver. Well, it comes together pretty nicely. I'm not the biggest fan of like the crotch panels because they're just too low. They should be up, they should be up here. But again, this is how they went about solving that problem. So hey, it is what it is. Now as far as this goes, I mean, here's the thing, the feet are not attached to the actual leg bots. The leg bots are going to be attaching to a frame, so I don't know if that's breaking any rules, but hey, this is the way they went about solving that problem. So hey, it is what it is. I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just saying that's how they went about it. But hey, well, it comes together quite nicely when it's all said and done. So there you go. So there you have Ignis, and yeah, solid figure here, very solid figure. The alt mode looks fantastic, just a solid brick of an alt mode. I do quite like it. The robot mode looks good, a little too chunky, a little chunkier than he should be, but still looks good, just a nitpick. Good looking robot mode. The combined mode looks good. The transformation of the legs into combined mode is kind of annoying for me anyway, but I can get over it. A nitpick as far as the combined mode goes is that the crotch panels are just sitting lower than they should be, but again, that's how they went about, that part of the transformation. When you're trying to do an all-in-one gimmick here, I mean, that's the kind of problem solving you have to do, and that was the best way they found to do that. But overall, I am pretty pleased with him. So yeah, the combiner is shaping up quite nicely. Looking forward to the last two members coming out. God only knows when that'll happen, but hey, I'm looking forward to it. But there you go. Now, I picked this up from TF Source. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the Maximus Pro playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal. Follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Ocular Max Ignis. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Oh, hotspot! Hotspot! I need your help! There's a fire that needs to be put out! What? Where? Here! Alita has lit a fire in my spark! Yeah, there's nothing I can do about metaphorical fires, okay? Only real ones. But it burns! It burns so bad! Maybe it's just heartburn from all those pizza bagels you eat. It's a love burn!